Welcome to my home away from home.
Right, so I'm back after a little issue from yesterday. This is mainly just for the recording. I just need to run hit 10. I already went through all my gear. Nothing about it has changed, so I'm just gonna run that real quick. Gonna mute myself, and then I'm actually gonna go straight into Torment 1 to Torment 4, although I might take a bit of time to clip the Torment 1 run before I go do all that. So, yeah, just gonna mute myself, then I'm gonna drink elixirs and incense and get started. So, yeah, here we go. See you all in a moment. Right, well, that brings us to the end of the run. Anyone who made it this far, I just want to give a big thank you for sticking it through. I can't believe we just failed that glyph upgrade there. I don't really have too much to say about this Torment 1 to 4. or this level 1 to 60 rather. Spiritborn is pretty chill, pretty fun. It's pretty easy. But I do feel like it's very like feels like a lot of the power budget in my build always ends up in Quill Volley. Like I could play the other builds, but Quill Volley is just so strong, has so much AoE, has so much damage, and has a lot of like Eagle skills in general just have so much mobility. In terms of the Seeker, this is the Devourer, right? I really do wish that I could make this stronger. Maybe I'll try and Torment to see how far I can get it to go, but at the end of the day, I think that the majority, or vast majority of my damage will come primarily from Quill Volley, is kind of the hunch that I have. Either way, though, yeah, I think I'm going to end off there for the Torment 1 to Torment, or the level 1 to 60 run. Kind of a shame that I couldn't do it all in one go yesterday, but I mean, that's just the nature of how these things go. Yeah, I don't think I have really too many remarks about this character for level 1 to 60. T1 to T4 is going to be the more interesting one. I'll have a lot more to say there. And then when this is all done, then I can finally focus on trying to put together some more endgame build overviews for other... I'm thinking sorcerer-related classes, but again, that's off topic. Yeah, got... Like, the run was pretty straightforward, it's pretty easy. Took, like, no more than 5 minutes, and then I also took some time to go over my equipment. But it wasn't, like, the fastest. I think Dance of Nizrog is still quicker. And in terms of overall damage output, it definitely loses the Companion Druid, but I think part of the reason for that is because I didn't get all the necessary aspects. Alright, that's the end of my run. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to end the recording. This is going to be the level 1 to 60 segment, and then on stream, I'm going to take a few minutes to clip all this and then upload it. So, there we go. That's my run. That's me unlocking Torment 1, and we're going to do some pit pushing in a bit just to see how far we get before we start gearing up our character properly. So I'll see you all soon. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Adventure out. Oh, hey there. Gamerko? What's up, dude? You're wondering which build I'm using. So this is a Spiritborn right now, and my main skill is Quill Volley. I'm just trying to, yeah, I'm trying to make the Devourer work. Like, I'm really trying to make the Devourer work on this run, but it's very difficult for me to justify using the Devourer. It's just nowhere near as strong as Quill Volley, I feel like. So yeah, right now I'm using Quill Volley and Devourer, but towards like my goal is to get through Torment like 1 to 4 as quickly as I can. So I might just go all in on Quill Volley uh like later when I start my run. Yeah, sorry, I'm in the middle of just uploading something right now, so that's why I'm not doing anything. But I'll be playing in like a couple minutes. So yeah, just bear with me for a second. Yeah, how's it going, Gamerka? What are you running this season? Are you doing any kinds of Spiritborn builds yourself, or are you playing like a different character class? Okay, this should do it. Okay, great. Anyone else who's like coming in, because I see that now there's like 4 people spectating or like watching the stream. I just need to BRB real quick. Gotta go use the washroom. So yeah, I'll be happy to play more in just a second. But yeah, I just need to wrap things up. I just finished releasing my next video, and then now I just gotta try and release one more video, and then I think I'm ready to continue with gameplay. S8 Spiritborn. Yeah, 1 to 60. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. You're here. Hey, Medivh. Good. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, glad you could make it. I'd love to chat with you more in a second. I will give you a little bit more attention once I yeah, I have to use the washroom like I said. Oh, you just started doing Spiritborn Quill Volley 20 trillion? 20 trillion? You can hit 20 trillion this season on Spiritborn and Quill Volley? I thought that's like lightning spear damage. Take your time, brother. I'm here. Okay. If you're planning to hang around a bit, then that's great. But yeah, I don't know if you're planning to go to sleep soon or whatnot. You don't understand which gun and gloves I need. Gun? You mean like weapon? I'm not sure what you mean by not knowing which gun and gloves. I mean, I think he has a. You started doing. Oh, okay. You know what? Here, Gamerko. Uh, look, I actually really do have to use the washroom. Um, Gamerko, can you link me to the Quill Volley build? And I'd like to take a look at it. Yeah, I'll take a look at it and chime in on my thoughts on it. Okay. I'm running Quill Volley. I'm not like super familiar with Quill Volley to tell you the truth. Or sorry, I'm not super familiar with Spiritborn, but I know a thing or two about Quill Volley just because I ran it in previous seasons. And I can kind of chime in and give you my 2 cents. Okay, thank you. This build, you said the first question I have is you said 20 trillion, right? Oh, okay, yeah, it's updated for season 8 because I know that in some past seasons, like let's say like last season, right? Or wait, no, season 6 when they were first released, Quill Volley was like stupid overpowered. It was hitting for like thousands of trillions or something like that. And then last season they nerfed it down. I don't know if this is still the same setup, but anyway. So I'm gonna ask this question just before I use the washroom here. Why are you confused about the gloves? Because you said that, oh yeah, the gloves are not like you're very confused about them. Which thing about it is confusing you? Okay, be right back. Okay. Hey, Olvera. You picked up the Spiritborn for hardcore and you don't understand it. Okay, hold on. I'll get back to you in a sec. I gotta be right back. Otherwise, I'll be hanging out here forever. 1 sec. All right, really sorry about that, folks. Joseph Olvera, are you still around, or are you? Yeah, I don't know if you stuck around or if you headed off because I took too long to respond. Um, yeah. So okay. Spiritborn for hardcore is a whole different demon. I'm gonna be honest. That's outside my knowledge range. Okay. The thing is, I played hardcore not too long ago. I played it with Sorcerer. I would say that I'm at least somewhat familiar. At the very least, I'm comfortable, or I feel comfortable with Sorcerer. Oh, okay, you're still here. Great, great. But the thing about Spiritborn for hardcore, like, I don't, I don't know. Like, I'm very green to hardcore. I die way too often. Like, I straight up, like when we played hardcore last time, I died twice in hardcore. Along with like we were four of us. I died twice. Somebody else died twice, and the other two people lived through all of it. And I died the same way both times. So I'm playing Spiritborn, which is probably the class I'm least familiar with, but hardcore adds a whole different element of uncertainty that's just a little outside my range. I can tell you more or less how a Quill Volley is supposed to be, like a Quill Volley build is supposed to be put together, to some degree. Things like Rod of Capellique and all that, but I'm not like super familiar with how hardcore Spiritborn would differ from like a softcore Spiritborn. So that's what I'm going to say with regards to your hardcore adventure. I do wish you the best of luck there, though. As for Gamerco, are you still here? Thank you again for linking me to the build. So this build that you listed out, sorry, not gloves, boots, and weapons. I don't understand why it has 4 stats on legendary. Oh, okay, now that I can answer for you. Yeah, okay, great, you're still here. Yeah, I can absolutely answer that for you. So here's the thing. Um, So unique items in the game, right? Like the helm he recommended was Air of Perdition. The armor was Shroud of False Death. Those are uniques. So they come with 4. They're called affixes. They come with 4 affixes. The gloves that you listed, right, with the dexterity, the max life, and um, chance to restore primary resource. So here's the thing about that build. The gloves are legendary. So I can even show you an example right now. If you look at in game, I'll show you my gear real quick. Uh, Legendary items have 3 affixes by default. Yeah, here we go. Here's a great example. So by default, these boots have 3 affixes, right? However, there is a mechanic called tempering in the game that exists. If you go to the blacksmith, you can add these things called tempers, and you can put on. Oh wow, I have almost every tempering recipe except for Spiritborn. Huh, I guess that tracks. Anyway, yeah, so you can get you can get all these tempering recipes, and then you attach it to these legendary items. You can't temper uniques, right? There are unique items in the game. You can't temper those, but you can temper these legendary items with up to 2 modifiers. And different slots can have different tempers attached to them. So in the case of boots, you can have mobility because they're boots, right? So it makes sense that they would have mobility. And then you can also have a utility aspect on them too. Meanwhile, there's offensive tempers. You can put offensive tempers on your weapon. You can also put weapon tempers on your weapon. I mean, it just naturally makes sense, right? So that's the whole idea behind yeah, that's why you're saying like, oh, there's 4 stats on legendaries. Well, that's because 3 of the stats come from the base item, and then 2 come from the temper. Oh, I got disconnected. Oh, that's kind of awkward. But yeah, so like, okay, going back to the gloves, basically it's saying you need to put dexterity, max life, and a chance for primary resource to be restored as your 3 affixes, and then your remaining 2 modifiers, which you get via tempers, would be vortex size and mystic circle potency. In fact, I'll even fetch these recipes for you in a second. If you're familiar with, I'm assuming you're temperate, or you're familiar at least with how the blacksmith works, but yeah, just showing you that this is kind of where you get the those modifiers. So vortex size, right? That's a utility aspect. Eagle innovation. Yeah, this one right here. You see? Vortex size, that's where you would get that from. And then there's another one, Mystic Circle Potency, that would be an offensive temper. And I think it would be Jaguar Finesse? Yeah, here we go. Jaguar Finesse, Mystic Circle Potency. So that's for gloves. And I could go over all the other ones, but hopefully that kind of gives you an idea as to what it should look like. The boots have 6 affixes shown. That's because boots naturally come with either evade charges, attacks reduce evade cooldown, or I think it's evade increases movement speed by like 100% for like 1 second or something like that. You know the tempering, but on the staff, it's with 2 temperings have 4 stats. That's why I don't understand. It's on the staff with 2 tempers. Give me a second. Let me take a look here real quick for you. Weapon. You have 4 stats. Oh, that's easy because in the case of weapons, right? Weapons, if you look where it says damage per second, damage per hit, attacks per second, and damage to elites, quarterstaff specifically have like so glaive here has damage to elites. Polearm has vulnerable damage. Quarterstaff is kind of a weird one. It's block chance. It's got block chance, and then the 3 affixes like would be like dexterity, max life, and damage over time. And then the 2 tempers would be chance for quill volley, like what I have here. And then the other one, I'm running overpowered damage, but you would use mystical or mystic circle potency. So that's where the weapon affixes come from. It's like you're looking only at everything that comes under where it says here damage to elites, but that website is including the part where it says damage to elites. Now you understand? Okay. There you go. It's understand, by the way. A-N-D, not A-T. I got a little confused there. Not to nitpick. I'm not trying to like call you out. I just was a little bit confused when you hit explain or when you wrote that because I'm like, what stats? But okay. So what else do you want to know about Quill Volley? Because this is knowledge I have like I do have. I'm not like intimately familiar with like finer details for the build, but I can at least help you out with that. As for Olvera, or sorry, Joseph Olvera on YouTube. Oh, by the way, Joseph, just real quick for you. In case you want to communicate with me, in case you wanted to communicate with me in real time. Because I don't want to. Again, you're more than welcome to hang out on YouTube. But in case you have a Twitch, like you're used to Twitch, or in case you want to communicate with me in real time, because otherwise you're waiting a minute between responses. Like sometimes I might respond to you like immediately. I'll see your message right away, but you might have to wait like a minute for a reply. So I'm just trying to expedite that process so you don't have to wait like a minute between responses. So that's first of all. Now you're saying you died like 8 times the first time I tried with Sorcerer before I got to 60. Okay, I'll be completely honest with you, sir. That makes me feel a bit better because I felt pretty. It was a very humbling experience. Now, granted, in hardcore, right, I don't actually have any of my altars of Lilith. I didn't have my skill points, whatever. But still, it was a very humbling experience because I treat hardcore like I do softcore, which is big damage, go burr, right? But in reality, that's quite all right. Okay, cool. But yeah, in reality, for hardcore, you need to be more like conscious of how much like survivability you have, and being careful about mechanics and all that. Okay, so the next thing you had asked about was would thorns be recommended for the Spiritborn? I'm gonna be honest with you, mate. I don't see anyone playing Thorn Spiritborn. I haven't myself tried Thorn Spiritborn, but I just don't really see any way that Thorn scales very well with a Spiritborn. Just at a quick glance, right? Here, let me pull up. I'm gonna go look up Thorns right now. I know that there's an aspect like here we go. Payback now echoes forward and additionally deals 90%, or let's say 130%. Let's say I even put this on a two-hander. 260% thorns damage to enemies. Like what? Your thorns, maybe you could scale it up to. I just don't think that this is enough. Like actually, I don't know. I'd have to test that for myself. That does sound like a lot. Bristleback, needle flare.
You can also get like a little bit of thorns, but I would never run this. Like, why would I ever be missing max life? Move while poison does. Well, it's interesting because there's a lot of like thorns aspects, but none of these really work like super well with each other. Like bristleback doesn't really do you any good. Um, needle flare doesn't really help. What was the other one? I think there's like a skill that here thorns. Yeah, there's a few skills that Spiritborn has that are tied to thorns. Toxic skill passively increases thorns damage dealt to poison enemies. Yeah, I'm at like max level right now, with a 750, and I only get 120 thorns. My thorns also gets increased by 20% with a barrier, but increases your thorns by 80. Hmm, I don't know. You know, I've never actually run a Thorn Spiritborn. Maybe I should actually try that before I start feeding you some misinformation. Um, well, okay, so personally, I don't. I'm gonna say three things here. First of all, if you're looking for a Thorns build, Thorns Barbarian is a pretty safe bet. The reason why I say Thorns Barbarian is a safe bet is because they have Barbed Carapace, which is a whole key passive dedicated towards Thorns. And the second reason why I recommend Barbarian is because they have Challenging Shout, which scales off of life. So as long as you just keep scaling life, you're essentially just scaling. Well, you can scale your thorns by getting like these additive thorns modifiers, but you also scale thorns by having more life, right? And then you just cast Challenging Shout, and then all of a sudden you have a build with like 100k life and like a ton of thorns based off of your life, that kind of stuff in the end game. But of course that's a build that I know works. That's why I say I'd recommend just, go Barb. Like it's easier. That's like more in the spirit of Thorns. But if you're looking for like a kind of like Thorn sort of setup for the Spiritborn, well, you probably I don't know if I would recommend it. I definitely know, like I know that Quill Volley I think is one of the stronger builds this season. I think there's one other build like was it Stinger or something? There's like some other Spiritborn build that's top dog this season. But Quill Volley I think is pretty solid, like A tier at least. It's about as strong as it gets as far as like generally speaking for Spiritborn builds, minus like S tier, whatever. So I could safely recommend Quill Volley, because it at least has enough damage output. I know for a fact it has enough damage output. But like if you're asking about thorns, that might be a little. I don't know if it scales enough damage, but even if it does, a lot of the thorns damage that you're doing is like tied to attacks. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Like look at this. This is your third attack deals 100% of your thorns to enemies. So it's not like Barbarian where it really does feel like, oh, you're trying to let enemies thorns themselves to death. You actually are, pumping up your thorn stat just so that you could put it into an attack. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that if you're asking about thorns, I think um, my two warnings is that, aside from the fact that I haven't myself really tried it, but on the surface, I could more safely recommend Quill Volley. Like Quill Volley is much more like tried and true. And secondly, as far as thorns like the whole thorns aspect is concerned, like it doesn't really feel thematically like a thorns based build. It's like you're just taking the thorns stat and then you're getting your damage from thorns stat rather than actually playing thorns. So that's my two I guess cautions that I would warn you about if you were to try and run thorns on a Spiritborn. So that's my 2 cents there. Okay, and then gamer, I need help with boss power, but so many people tell me play low with boss power, but in build it's not. Okay, well let me ask you this then: what boss power do you need help with? Because if you really need boss powers, here's the thing: I can help you with boss powers right now. And if there's some specific, you know what? Let me take a look. What boss powers do they recommend for you? Are you Flesh Reaper's Disruption, Taurus's Rage, Cinerat's Flames? Varshan's lifesteal. You need Like I can help you with Varshan. Varshan's easy. You just need to clear it on Torment 1. If you can't clear it on Torment 1, sure, I can go ahead and do it for you on Torment 1. That's okay. That's easy. But the other powers are ones that you'd pick up from running incursions, and you could run it on any difficulty too. You can run it on normal, hard, expert, penitent, torment 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. If you kill the corresponding boss in those incursions, you should eventually get your boss power. So if you need help with that, then you tell me, and I can help you with that right this second. Um, yeah, but if you don't need help with it, then I'm actually going to begin actually playing my Quill Volley Spiritborn in Torment 1. Um, I should already be playing, but I'm trying to, like, I'm about to begin my commentary about, how should I say? Like, usually when I make it in a Torment 1, I, like, talk for a little bit and I explain to people, okay, yeah, so I'm about to get started in Torment 1, here's my plan and all that. Actually, speaking of which, while I'm waiting for a reply, I'll give you, like, 2 minutes to reply. If you don't say anything about needing help for the boss powers, I'm going to assume that you're good. And then I'm going to try to see if there's some stuff. Okay, here we go. I need to write some notes for myself real quick before I continue with my run. I have also like 1,000 obols. All right, cool. By the way, kind of. Well, I'll talk about that when I actually begin the run. Basically PTR stuff. Apparently, it's coming up next week. Well, the campfire chat for it is coming up next week, but I imagine it'll realistically be a week and a half from now. So very short season. Not sure how I feel about that because at first I kind of was like iffy about this season, but now it's yeah, I'm feeling a little better about it. All right. And people on YouTube, I see that there are some people watching. If there's anyone who wants help from me or wants to ask me anything, I'm happy to answer. I'll try my best to the best of my ability, kind of give some feedback or tips, that kind of stuff. You just let me know. Yeah, you just let me know if you have any requests and all that or questions, and I can try my best to assist to the best of my knowledge and or ability. All right, 1 second. Let's see. Uh, okay. Bring recipes, ancestral weapons. And then masterworking and then glyphs. Okay. Yeah. And all right. I think I'm ready to get started here. Oh, yeah, there you go. You're here. You have all the boss powers now. You need the amulet for my build, but nobody's selling. Do you have some? I can give you gold. D- do you have, or do I have some what? Some, like, an amulet or something? I don't, like, you're looking, wait, you know what? Oh. Oh, you're looking for an amulet that has dexterity, ranks of the passive skill potent total armor, is that right? Because I'm sorry to say, but I don't not exactly sitting on something like that. And even if I were, I actually have, well, here, I have an amulet that I'm wearing that well, it's account bound, but I got like Dex total armor
and max life. And if I'd rolled off max life, it would have the like, I don't know. I feel like it's not that difficult to find an amulet with like high dex and total armor, and then you're just looking for a passive amulet. I will keep my eyes peeled for you though. If I find one for you, then I will message you. How about that? Let me add you in game, and then uh, yeah, I'll add you in game. And if I find this amulet, then I will hit you up. How about that? Because right now, like, this is a fresh Spiritborn, okay? I just made the Spiritborn not too long ago. I played 5 hours on it. I went level 1 to 60, and I've only just reached Torment 1. I have not even found, like, an ancestral version of anything. So, yeah. Give me your user. I can add you, and then, yeah, I'll try to keep it in mind here. In fact, let me just write this down. Uh, find amulet for GamerCo, right? And then it would be okay. Cool. Let me add you in here. Uh, GamerCo CZLP 249. All right, there we go. Got you. GamerCo, and let me oh, there we go. I'm gonna add you add a note here too. So on Twitch, you're GamerCo. That way, it'll be easier for me to keep track. So you want dexterity, total armor, and ranks of potent. Now, keep in mind, right? I'll probably realistically, I can find an amulet that has dexterity and total armor, maybe, but ranks of potent is one that you're gonna have to enchant at the occultist with gold, probably, to find it. Like, realistically, there's no way I get you an amulet with all three modifiers. That would be extremely unlikely. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, you let me know if there's anything else you need. Same thing applies to anyone on YouTube, but it's time for me to begin my recording and continue with my Torment 1 to 4 adventure. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into my pit run, and we'll go from there. So, hope you've all enjoyed, and yeah, hopefully I've maybe taught you guys a thing or two. Okay, BRB.
I wouldn't mind a rest.
Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, back with the Spiritborn on Diablo 4 Season 8. I just cleared Pit 10 to unlock Torment 1, so now I'm going to start climbing toward Torment 4. My plan for Torment, as usual, will go something like this. First of all, I don't need boss mats to fight bosses, so my goal is going to be to unlock the boss powers first. This is probably This is probably wishful thinking, but at some point I do want to try to see if I can clear Lilith on this character. But anyway, I'll go over that maybe a little later. I think that's hopeless, but I might mess around with that. Worst case, like at the very least though, I'm gonna take some time to, in quotes, unlock the other boss powers. Let's say like, I don't know, Harbinger's Den, if I want to use his boss power. Because even though I have it unlocked, if this were a fresh character, I wouldn't have it unlocked, so I would kind of want to simulate having to go and work for it, right? So that's first. I don't need boss mats to fight them, so I can do that first. Then next, tempering recipes and ancestral weapons second. Of course, I have aspects missing too. I can go into the dungeon and unlock some of them if I need to. I think there's one for Quill Volley I don't have. And then I think uniques would be third. So which uniques would I need? Well, I already have Harmony of Ebawaka. That's pretty helpful. I think that an end game sort of Quill Volley with like mythics would be running like Air of Perdition or something from what I've heard. But in my case specifically, I don't. Well, I mean, Harmony of Ebawaka I already found, and it's like a good roll, and it gives a lot of damage, and it has a couple of very useful effects. So Harmony of Ebawaka would be quite appreciated, although I don't really have it on hand right now. It's in my stash. Fourth would be masterworking my equipment, and then glyphs would be last. Having said that, as is customary with my Torment 1 to 4 runs, I'm going to see how far I get with my current equipment before I hit a wall. So I'm going to start with that. All right. So yeah, let's begin all this. Okay, so I have to go to Karagar, and I'm gonna grab some extra incense and elixirs too, and then let's get right to work. So I'm gonna open up by trying to hit pit 20, and hopefully I can actually clear pit 20. I don't know if I'll be able to make it in Torment 2. Some of the builds that I put together, usually like I can make it directly into Torment 2. But the level of power that I'm at, clearing Torment or making it into Torment 1, right? But I don't know if I've built this character well enough for that. I'm not. I think I'm missing like an aspect or two, and frankly, just in terms of overall familiarity with the Quill Volley Spiritborn, or just Spiritborn in general, I'm definitely lacking in terms of the experience department. That definitely matters, right? Like if I know a build better, then of course I can push it a little bit further. That's the case with Companion Druid. Generally speaking, I know its limitations. I know how much damage you can put out. I know its weaknesses. Here, a little more complicated. Let's see if I can pull them in. Oh, yeah, do I do damage to these guys? I do. Okay, yeah, I still do damage to these guys. I'll be able to clear this, I think. But, oh, yeah, these guys are pretty... Yeah, I have to release my entire attack roster, or skill roster, to kill them. Yeah, I should be able to clear this comfortably. Oh, hold on. It's supposed to be my razor wings that I activate here. Wow, my Seeker did like no damage. Yeah, I really do need that aspect where the Quill Volley will return back to me. Hold on a second. Melted Heart of Selig. Resource generation. It's funny. It's too bad, really. I would run Melted Heart of Selig if it were maybe not an amulet. 22, like 60 maximum resource. Yeah, because like there's some builds that I could put together that do use more max resource and all that. Alright, anyway. Trying to pull all of them together before I use all my skills, right? There. A lot of damage numbers. That's the thing about this build too, I remember. I need to make sure that I turn off some of the damage numbers later, just because otherwise my screen just gets filled with like these yellow or orange numbers. Hello again, Medivh. Yeah. Hope you're doing alright. What are you up to right now? I saw you were in like Torment 4. I'm guessing you're still farming? Like what are you farming for? Are you playing Ice Shards? Is that your... Like I know that originally you were working on my like Ice Shards and all that. That's how you found me. I don't know if that's still the case now. Alright, there. Yeah, I definitely have the damage for pit 20, but... it's definitely not the quickest clear I've ever done. And I kind of dread attempting pit 25. Well, I think maybe I could handle pit 25. I'll have to see. Oh, there's an orange number. I think I would need to get Banished Lords still. Yes, brother? Okay, nice. Did you try that tech that I showed you? I don't know if I'm using that term correctly. The one where you get like the Pock rune, Lum rune, and the Watt rune, and all that, so that you can just get like perma orange numbers. Did you give that a spin it all.
Impressive.
Yeah, because I'd love to experiment with it more, right? But I just don't have the time to because I'm like still doing this. And to tell you the truth, even after I finish this, um, even after I finish this character, I don't know what like the next one that I'll work on is gonna be. Like I think it's gonna be realistically, it's either going to, it's probably gonna be a sorcerer build, right? Like I have no interest in doing any other rogue builds. I have no interest in playing Spiritborn anymore. I only really want to play companion druid specifically. But then when it comes to sorcerer, there's a plethora of different builds I'd love to try and make work. Because yeah, I think that like there's just a lot of builds in the game. But I think that most Diablo 4 content creators are focusing on Lightning Spear right now. And I know that, for example, like maybe somebody wants to play an Incinerate build, and I'd like to show them how they should put that together. You don't even need that many uniques for... Do you even need any uniques for Incinerate? I know that there's Flame Scar, but you could probably make like a perfectly adequate Incinerate build without that. But anyway, yeah. So Incinerate is one of them. Where's some of the other ones? I remember there were other ones too. Oh yeah, like Blizzard. Yeah, I kind of want to mess around with Blizzard because I feel like Blizzard is low-key kind of popular, but not many people play it because... Like, I remember in the PTR when I did a Blizzard build, and I had like a bunch of people commenting on it and saying, "Oh, hey, like Blizzard actually looks pretty good, and I want to play it. Like, it's about time that Blizzard looks, you know, like that Blizzard might actually be playable." And then I had to break the news to them that, "Oh no, this isn't actually Blizzard that's doing all the work. It's my boss powers, right?" And then I like started the season. I had a choice between running either Ice Shards as my first character or Blizzard, and then I chose Ice Shards because, well, for a number of reasons. But now, in my off time, I actually took some time to put together like a Blizzard build, Blizzard Ice Spikes. Is that what they're called? Ice Spikes? Yeah, Ice Spikes, right? And that build is fine. It'll get the job done. Unfortunately, there's no way to really make just the Blizzard by itself like a respectable build, though, in my opinion. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely doing damage here, but... Oh, wow, it's an orange? Okay. Yeah, I'm totally focused on Sorcerer now, don't want to level other characters. Yo, I completely respect that, man. Yeah, if I had unlimited time, like, I would have gladly tried to... Well, the thing is, I'm not... To tell you the truth, I was thinking about it last night. If I'm playing purely for fun, I would be trying to pump my companion druid as close to pit 100 as I could, as far as I could get it. That would be my goal on my companion druid. That would be like my sole focus. But then if I did that, right, like that would mean that I wouldn't have as much time to like put together these like build overviews or build guides or whatever you want to call them for all these other builds that I want to show people that you're able to play. Dance of Knives Rogue is another one too. I figured that this season with Death Trap, that no one would be talking about Dance of Knives Rogue. Like, content creators, I think, are typically very reluctant to show off these, like, weaker builds if one that's, like, much stronger exists, because why would you show people yourself struggling? A lot of people don't really want to see that, right? But I also know that there's a smaller subgroup of players that are okay, like, are happy. So I wouldn't say happy struggling, but it's more like they would rather struggle playing a build that they know and love and enjoy than to force themselves to play a build that they see as like that they don't enjoy, even if it's like much stronger. So that's kind of the reasoning there. You struggle in life. Haha, that's funny. Well, that's exactly it though. People struggle in life. They don't want to struggle in D4. And I get that line of reasoning. I'm definitely not going... I would never criticize people for that at all. Like, the only people I would... It's the joy of the challenge. Hey, just a guy. What's up, dude? It says it's your first time here too, so are you also a D4 player? I'm guessing you are, otherwise I can't imagine you would have found me. Hope everything's going okay. Let me know if there's any questions you have. I'll try my best to answer them, and all that. Okay, this is pit 25, and I'm going to try to see how far we get. Yeah, I can definitely start to see my damage falling off, but I still think it is going to be possible to clear pit 25, but I'll hit a wall at, like, pit 30, as with most of my other builds. This is usually how it goes. What's my resistances at, man? Hold on. It's maybe my barrier that's... Oh, shoot. Whoa. I can't even take a look at my stats, but it's, like, I think, like, 40% resistance on my resistances. Like, like, the minimum resistance I have is 40 on my stats, which is not good. It should be 70, but, of course, it's, this is pit 25, which is Torment 2, and I didn't, gear myself up for Torment 2, right? This is just purely the same level of equipment I had going into Torment 1. Yeah, I have a lot of I have an everything issue here. Lack of survivability, lack of damage. Well, I think those are really the two main things. So when I say everything issue, it's just survivability and damage. Okay, well, I guess I get to clear these guys at least. I'm ahead of schedule at least, but if I die even once, then suddenly I'm like, we're gonna really struggle when it comes time to hit the boss. Okay. Yeah. The day I went to ask my... Turns out... Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Medivh. Oh, you're Joseph. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I see. Okay. Well, good to have you here. You said it's the joy of the challenge. I enjoy challenges too. That's why, like, I gotta be honest, this season has actually shaped up to be more fun for me than I actually originally expected it to. And part of the reason for that is because Torment 4 is something that actually requires a fair bit of work to get to, the way I'm playing, I think. Like, some people are gonna disagree. Some people, you know, are just better than I am, okay? Like, alright, sure, fine, whatever. But for me personally, like, last season, you know, like, my Dance of Knives rogue, 5.5 hours, Torment 4. This season, 16 hours, Torment 4, right? Just to kind of give an idea of, I guess, like, the increase in difficulty. Some people don't like that, but I sort of do. I like the fact that there's, like, a specific goal to work towards, and I think also part of what makes it enjoyable for me is that I feel like I have, like, these build overviews that I'm doing are actually valuable for people. Because last season, pretty much anyone could make it into Torment 4 with how, I don't want to say this, but how easy the game was, right? But this season, I think that there's a lot more people who are struggling to use their homebrewed builds. And I think there are some people who are okay using build guides, but they're just not okay playing specific builds. So, as an example, like, in my case, I'm playing Dance of like when I play like Dance of Knives Rogue, a lot of people love Dance of Knives Rogue. So I do a build guide on Dance of Knives. But and yeah, like some people like hate Death Trap. They want to play Dance of Knives, but they're like struggling to make it to Torment 4, right? That's kind of where my content comes in. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is like, some people hate the season, some people love this season. I'm like somewhere in the middle. But I think one of the things that I can say in earnest is that my content actually has some value, is what it feels like. So that's kind of nice. But anyway, sorry, that might be way off topic. Lone Wolf McQuaid, hey, by the way, you would rather watch someone play weaker builds than I would the meta, hence why I watch your content more than the others. Well, I really appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful, but I think that, like, you know what, I'm gonna skip this guy. Is it because he has barrier or something? He's, like, taking a while to die. I think the problem with, well, how should I do this? I think the issue for me, right, is that, like, if I could always, like, right now, I could go make myself a Lightning Spear Sorcerer, or, like Death Trap Rogue. That's a good example. I could just dog walk the game on Death Trap Rogue, right? That's what most people would do. Some people just care about Season Journey, and yeah, like, good for them, but, you know, like, what if I don't want to play Death Trap Rogue? What if I have no interest in spamming Death Trap? Like, what if I actually really enjoy spinning to win, right? Here's another good example. Let's say Barbarian. Everyone this season is running Earthquake Dust Devils on, like, Whirlwind or something. Well, okay, now it's, like, Petquake, right? Petquake is, like, the go-to, but what if I'm not really interested in Dust Devils? What if I'm not interested in Earthquake? I want to play Whirlwind specifically, right?
Like, I don't want to play, like, an Earthquake Barbarian that's just masquerading as Whirlwind. I want to actually play, like, a proper Whirlwind Barb, like, pure Whirlwind. So it's more interesting for me as a player, and I'm sure there's got to be some other people who feel something similar. I feel a lot, or I get a lot more enjoyment out of trying to make a build that I want to play work rather than forcing myself to play the best possible builds just because, well, they're the best possible builds, right? Some people will enjoy the Death Trap playstyle, but let's be honest here. I think a good chunk of people who are playing Death Trap or whatever other, let's say like Lightning Spear, are really only playing that build because it's flavor of this season. And as is customary, Blizzard says one thing and then they do another. Like they said, oh, well, we are going to not to, like, we're gonna try and be a little bit more preemptive about nerfing like certain builds, like whatever. Okay, so they said that, but then like what's actually happening this season, right? In practice, they haven't done that. At least I would say. Oh, okay. I'm actually surprised I'm still alive. That should. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Maybe I should focus here a little bit. Okay. These explosions are actually killing me. Okay, I gotta get more of these razor wings. I'm hoping that he dies, but this is kind of okay. If I get an orange number, I think suddenly like everything becomes so much easier. That is the nature of Quill Volley. Oh shoot, there's too many of these. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying to chat with you in real time, but you can see that I'm fighting for my life here. And if I die, then this run is pretty much a wash. It's like minus 37. Oh, wait, Blast Wave? Blast Wave might save me. I'm going to use it for the next pack, though. Dude, I'm like barely able to clear this. I'll go pick up Blast. Ooh, okay. I can barely see what's out there. Everything is on cooldown right now. Dude, this is kind of crazy. I'll definitely have more time to talk to you guys after I actually start mindlessly farming. That'll be a lot better. Ow. I have a habit of like running alongside the projectile. That's I think how I died Lilith before too. This is the other thing about me being like Paragon 222. The fact that I think my Blast Wave Shrine is dependent on your Paragon level. So that's like the one thing where I'm kind of cheating by using this, but also like I would just say straight up that this is like a high diff. Oh, okay. This would have been a good time to use my Blast Wave Shrine on the boss, but yeah, I can essentially tell people that yeah, this build is it's capable of clearing Pit 25 to unlock Torment 2, but with like really high difficulty, you know. Actually, in fact, the only reason I will, I mean, assuming that I clear Bramble, which is, I think it might even be a bit of a dubious proposition, but the only reason I'll be able to do it is probably because of the Blast Wave Shrine in the end, and assuming that I don't get myself killed. If I fail this fight, I'm probably just gonna say that, yeah, Pit 25 is my... Oh, no. No. Like, I'm barely injuring him. Ow. I cleared, like, what, a tenth of his life here? Dude, this is where Blast Wave Shrine would have been a lot more helpful. Okay. Where's the vulnerable proc? I got him down, like, a quarter. Oh, no. Ah! Seeing a lot of orange numbers, but whoa. Oh, yeah, that's he's doing a lot of damage. Okay, maybe Rahir could tank a couple hits, please? Please?
Oh, good. Okay, this gives me a little bit of reprieve. I'm just gonna start loading up on my Fury, or not Fury, it's Vigor. I'm not playing Barb. On my, like, downtime, if I have, like, an hour to myself right now, like, I'm actually playing Barb. I'm trying to work on Pure Whirlwind, but I gotta be honest, I probably wouldn't... I don't think I'm gonna be doing a video on Pure Whirlwind, just because, like, Barb is in such, like, a messy state right now. Honestly, I think that, like, a lot of people complain about Sorcerer, but I actually like the state of Sorcerer more than I do Barbarian. At least with Sorcerer, you always feel like you're still playing whatever build it is, but if I'm playing Barbarian, like, let's say, like, Whirlwind, like, all of their core skills are, like, left in the dust. Like, think about this. I think there was a Reddit post, and it said it kind of, like, described the situation with Barb, like, perfectly. I think the post said something like, oh, no, 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 no. There's too many poison pools. Hold on, hold on. I might actually lose this fight just off the, Hold on. The poison pools are quite a problem. I'm actually out of potions, too. What? Why can't I hit? Dude. Like, this is, like, the worst boss for me to fight, too. That's... Like, I actually... If it were, like, Spirit Color of Frost, it might have been okay. But, yeah, I don't think I can really deal with Bramble. Oh, I got some potions, that's good at least, but... Yeah, like, these poison pools will kill me. Like, I actually... And I need to be within, like, striking range. If I were a sorcerer, if I had, like, any sorcerer skill, Meteor... Charge Bolts maybe not, but, like, all the other ones. Meteor, Blizzard with Ice Spikes. Ice Shards obviously could take this. Well, any of the other ones, right? But, like, those are all ranged skills. This one, yeah, this is a struggle. Trying to avoid... And is that Elias? Is that why I'm struggling so much? Oh, shoot. I'm just waiting for... Oh, no. I'm trying to avoid getting hit by that. Okay. Okay. There's still a chance, but it'll be very close that I'll be able to take him out here. Okay, as long as he doesn't... Oh. That was, bad timing on my skills. Yeah, see, I can't even dodge that. That's how rough it is. Please, I need the potions. Oh, whoa. Okay. Hold on a second. Trying to get a little bit of distance here so I can, like... Another pool? Why is... Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I actually died to this stupid pool, I think. He can just put these pools wherever he wants. That's so lame. Like, notice I'm, like, standing all the way over here, and then the pools are... Okay, anyway, whatever. You know what? Yeah, I failed, pit 25 here. See? This is exactly in line with what I'm talking about with regards to... how should I say? Pit 25 run fail. Pit 20 run success. Same gear as pit 10. Okay. Fail. So I think I had like 8 minutes left, roughly. So this would be like... I gotta be honest, I could probably take pit 25 if I got like lucky with the rolls, but this should tell you everything you need to know about, I guess, first of all, how knowledgeable I am about this character compared to the other ones, because all the other characters I think that I've made, I was able to at least clear up to pit 25 with it. I don't remember if Dance of Knives was able to. I think Dance of Knives could. I think even Thorns was able to. Actually, Thorns was much easier than I was expecting it to be. But I think part of the reason for that is because I just pumped up that boss power to the moon. Anyway, that was a struggle. Now would be a good time to kind of talk about what the plan here is now that I've failed Torment 1 and I'm free to like upgrade my equipment and all that good stuff. So, here we go. Thorns attack. Who knows? Maybe I pivot over into Thorns and try that out. Legendary Pants. Okay, this one's got movement speed, resistance, and all that. I don't think I care though. This one's damage to elites. This one's like basically the same as what I'm currently using. So I'm just gonna leave these for now. But I'm gonna be trying to look for like an ancestral weapon. You know where I'm gonna go actually? I need to go here to Tarsarak and do the reputation board. Is my plan to try to boost up my damage a little bit. Then I'm gonna try to worry about getting like all these boss powers and all that. That'd be a good day. I think good plan here. And if I had like the more of like the reputation, like the renown or not renown, report rewards, then I would totally use them here, but I don't. Spectral Ash. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get any of the oh, I did get an amulet. All right, let's take a look at this amulet. Is this what? Nope, this is not what this is not what Gamerco earlier was looking for. That's unfortunate. Okay. Legendary chest armor. I don't need this. I'm gonna get rid of this one, this one, this one. Dexterity, max life, and attack speed. That's actually not bad, funny enough. I'll leave that be. This one, I'm gonna leave it. Salvage, salvage. And then I guess I'm done here for now. Okay, so boss power. So at this point, right, what I would do if this were a fresh character, I would probably go try to I have a whole bunch of Spectral Ash. I would go and grab one of the boss powers, whichever one I feel like. I could use Beast in the Ices. I could use Grigwar's. Well, actually, no, maybe not Beast in the Ices, but I could use Grigwar's just as a temp to help me clear one of the other bosses. I could attempt Lilith, but I think that's a fight that I'm nowhere near being able to handle. But I do want to pick this up at some point to try it out. So basically, it just leaves Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. I gotta be straight up honest, like, if I were playing this character, with no further restrictions, right? I would probably... I would probably run Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. Like, I don't think I need to explain why. This power really carried me against bosses on the Thorns Barb, so it would be a similar situation here. Anyway, let's see. So, I think last time I did a boss power, or I cleared a world boss, it was Avarices, right? So I could actually, instead of using Scourges, I could use Avarices at least to help me clear whatever other boss powers that I would need. Except, frankly, I don't know what other boss powers I would want to use for this build. Maybe like something like this, actually. The Hatred's Embraces Haste, Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. I don't know what other ones... If I had Wandering Death's Chest Beam, that could be really helpful. Chills. What else have I got? Oh, I know. Cinerat's Flames, increase damage to all elements. Well, this is a lightning skill, right? So I could actually use this in comparison. I'm going to assume that I have all magic at this point with all the incursions I've run. All magic powers, I mean. There's also Torisk's Rage. I could run that if I really wanted to. And I don't think I really get Fortify, do I? I think I get Barrier, but no Fortify. So there's all that. So that alone should put me at a level where I think I could probably more comfortably clear the Pit 25 run that I just failed. But there's actually one other thing I can do to boost my overall survivability and or damage. Here we go. Helm of Ebewaka. I found this, I think, when I ran like one of the strongholds at like level 56. And this thing comes with all stats, damage reduction. Frankly, I don't know what velocity does. Here, let me take a look. What does velocity do? Is it move speed? It's got to be something to do with move speed from the sounds of things. Okay, here. Oh, okay. I generate vigor per second while moving. But the unique effect on this, my skills deal 26% increased damage per spirit type they have, and then according to my secondary spirit hall choice, my skills are all additionally Jaguar, Eagle, Gorilla, or Centipede. So what I could do now I could 1 stack of ferocity, like maximum resolve by 2. I could do like gorilla and then jaguar, but then I do lose out on my barrier if I do that. Which, you know what? Sure, that should be fine. So now I have jaguar and gorilla. I'm pumping up my damage, and I'm getting a lot more damage from Harmony of Ebawaka. If I did not get this Harmony of Ebawaka, then probably what I would have done is I would be spamming like maybe like incursions to get boss mats to either get Harmony of Ebawaka or Rod of Capellica. That's another important one too that I need to go pick up. So those would be the 2 that I prioritize. I think I'll salvage this old helm. Where did I toss my helm? Okay, well, I'm too lazy to figure it out. I'm gonna go try to run Pit 25 again and see if I can clear. I should be able to clear it now, just this adjustment alone. Okay, sorry, that was quite a long. That was a very long tangent. Hopefully I didn't keep you guys waiting too. I mean, that was like kept you guys waiting like maybe 15, 20 minutes. Sorry about that, but that run was genuinely intense, and I did want to try to clear it, but I mean, unfortunately, that's just not. It wasn't meant to be. That's okay. I can try it again here, and you know, everything should be peachy. But this gives me a chance to really talk to you folks about the rest of what you were talking about. So, Lone Wolf McQuaid, first of all, was asking, I would rather watch somebody play weaker builds than I would the meta. Hence why I watch your content. So, again, like I said, I could go and make like Lightning Spear right now if I want, right? Like I could do that, but I don't really have an interest because, yeah, like I would like to think many of you and just many D4 players in general. I would rather play a much like a build that struggles a lot more. But it's like a build, like a playstyle that I'm happy with, right? Okay, where's my? Yeah, my damage is much higher now. I see like a 501k in there somewhere. Yeah, 3.5 mil. I definitely wasn't hitting for that. Just that one. Well, I actually have 2 adjustments because I put on Harbinger of Hatred's Folly. Although to be fair, I wouldn't be getting. Oh, I think it's the boss power that's doing that actually. Maybe it's the boss power. Hold on. Well, let me mess around with this a little bit. There. Okay, yeah, it's the boss power in action. Maybe I might have to take that one off, but yeah, even using like 1 boss power, suddenly my guy is much stronger. Don't really have a way around that. I mean, that is part of the season. I could just not use that boss power, but then, well, I'd basically be limiting myself in some way too, right? Actually, what level is this? Oh, it's ranked 17, no wonder. Maybe it's because it's, okay. Yeah, okay. So here's what I would do normally, right? Well, there's a couple things to unpack here. I'd basically spam incursions. I'm basically just skipping the part where I run like a ton of incursions because I got like this boss power. I would either Harbinger of Hatred's Volley would certainly be better. Like I have a way to apply vulnerables, so like Harbinger of Hatred's Volley is like insane for damage with that. I'm actually curious. Oh, hold on. Ooh, okay. You're using that boss power to clear your hardcore dungeon. Can't die if they can't touch me. Am I right? Yeah, no, that's the way to go. The best. What was the phrase? A good. The best offense or the best defense is a strong offense. I think. Yeah, that's crazy though. Like, you know, props to you for attempting hardcore. I don't have that level of courage and bravery that you do. That's for sure. So, yeah, if I were to run this as like a fresh character, probably what I would do, like since I would have the boss power, I would like equip the boss power. I would have already had the boss power since like level 60, right? I would just run incursions, Torment 1 incursions over and over and over until I get my boss power up to at least rank 11. And then I'd then I could probably boost even higher if I want. And the thing is, like, you know what? Actually, no, that's not entirely accurate. Probably what I would do is I would put this boss power to maybe like rank, either rank 6 or rank 11, and then I would proceed to go and pick up the other boss power from Harbinger of Hatred. And then I'd pump that up. That's probably what I would do. And it kind of, it's unfortunate because then I wouldn't really be playing like a proper Quill volley character, but I mean, I do admit, like, it's kind of a similar situation as the Thorns Barb. Like, the boss powers are built in, like, they're like baked in as part of this season, so I don't know what I would do to avoid that, but anyway. Let me actually try something real quick. I'm gonna use my... Oh. I'm trying to use my ultimate, and then let the ultimate do its, like, to be the sole thing that's doing all the damage, so I kind of have a better feel for... Whoa. I use like, my little razor or whatever it's called. Yeah, I actually still do, like, a lot more damage, though. That's a simple reality. I still do way more damage, even without the boss power. I'm pretty sure. Here, let me find another pack. Like, look at this. I have, like, 10 minutes left on the clock, and this is, 25. Against the boss, it'll be very clear. Like, yeah, it should be very clear against the boss. Okay, I'm gonna activate my ultimate here. I'm just gonna wait and see how long it takes for this to... I take it back. They take like 0 damage. But my Quill Volley does damage though. Yeah, like my Quill Volley is actually doing a good amount of damage. I didn't trigger my boss power there. Yeah, see, this is all Quill Volley. It's taking a good amount of damage. Yeah, so. Hey, J. Dirk. Where did I get that helm? You know what? I actually wrote it down somewhere. Give me a second, okay? I will pause this. Here, let me get to a safe place so I don't just get, like, owned by some monsters. I'm gonna wipe these guys out, and then I'll take a look for you. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna back up real quick. Okay, let's see, J. Dirk. Let me help you out here. Which one was it? Ah, here it is. Gameplay for Sorcerer Season 8. I wrote notes on this. Where did I... That's a Knives Rogue? Or, no, wait. I have it written somewhere. Here, give me a second. Yeah, sorry. I just need a second. Ah, here we go. Alright. Hail of Varglass got dropped for me by Urivar. But, usually, I think it's supposed to be dropped by Grigwar. Let me just double check that real quick. Who drops max roll? Uniques? Unique items guide. Loot? Boss loot table? Tableau 4 boss loot drop table. Okay. Let me check this out. Ah, here we go. Boss loot table cheat sheet. This is the one. I think it's supposed to be... Thank you, just doing that build taking break. Found your video. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm really glad to hear it. Yeah, let me know if you have other questions. I'll be happy to help you out. And also have, like, a tech that... I wouldn't say I discovered it, but I went and tested it yesterday with... and a big shout out to... a big shout out to Medivh on Twitch, because Medivh was the one who helped me out on making sure that this worked. Okay, so Hail of Varglass, right? Verglass? It's Verglass. So, okay. It is apparently Grigwar, and the other one is Urivar. Okay, so I happen to get it off Urivar, so that sort of tracks. Hail of Varglass can be picked up from Urivar, or Grigwar is what Maxroll is telling me. So unless Maxroll is lying, then I think that should be about right. I'll subtract about 1.5 minutes from this run. I think that should be reasonable. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there... Oh, I'll just hit the protection shrine and forget it. This will save me a little bit of headache, and I get to talk to you guys while I do this run. No need to thanks. I'm here only. I am listening and watching you playing game. Well, you're the one who helped me test it. I mean, that's the least I can do. Straight up, like, I would not be able to tell people that, oh yeah, like, like, I just... Like, because it's been on my mind since the beginning of the season, this setup, right? But I haven't been able to formally test it. But now that you've helped me formally test it, now I can actually tell people that, yeah, there's a way to, like, boost Ice Shard's damage into the moon. And pretty much any sorcerer build. with that setup I showed you, right? Like, you know which one I'm talking about. Overpower, like, I think I called it, like, what, orange ice shards or whatever? Orange... Yeah, pretty much anytime I do crit overpower, I just call it orange now. Orange is easier. Orange, meteor, orange, or, well, yeah, orange... I can't really call it orange blizzard, but... Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see just how much better my damage is now that I have Harmony of Ebawaka and, like, appropriate boss powers. It's also Chief Marauder, so I don't think he'll kill me as quickly as the previous one. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay away from that. Gonna activate this. Yeah, this fight still does take a while, but, definitely going a lot quicker than before. Like, no question about it. Far, far quicker. And I have, like, ow, multiple sources of damage. Like, these things are gonna blow up and chunk them for about, apparently, 500k. Something else is doing a lot of damage, though. I see, like, 2.5 mils. But I don't know where exactly. Is it Razor Wings? Maybe it's Razor Wing? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, that's 6... Okay, 24.9. Okay. I don't know, maybe I theory craft some sort of Thorns build. I wonder if that would help, like, at all be possible. Well, I mean, it's certainly possible. I just don't know if it'd be any good. It's really the main concern I have here. Okay, yeah, he should go down unless I mess this up, like big time. Okay, so I'm adding, like, I think a minute and a half to this, so... Oh, just get out of the way. Oh! You should die to that, right? Yeah, okay, great. That was, painful. Alright. I'll call it a... Let's say a 7-minute run. I'll just say 6:45. Okay, cool. 6:45 run. 140, 40, pit 25 run, and then I'm just gonna say, so I cleared a 5:45. I'm adding like a minute and a half, so 7:15 basically. Replaced Helm with Ebawaka. Is that how you spell it? Ebawaka? Ebawaka. Okay, great. Ebawaka, and I also put on some boss powers using, well, this is actually like cheating though. I'm using like pretty high-end boss powers, like all close to max rank, but whatever, you know what? I don't even know if I care. Like, it's just impossible to juggle around these boss powers. I've already used so many of the ones that are like really useful. I don't want to gimp myself just for the, well, yeah, anyway, you get the idea. Place Helm with Abawaka, boss powers into, like, Avarice's, rank 17 Avarice, I should say. And then, like, max rank. Plus CSC, and, Volley, and, Cinerats. Okay, sure, whatever. Ooh. Maybe I just say that I basically skipped all of the incursion stuff. That saved me some time. Alright. Yeah. So yeah, McQuaid, yeah, like I think I already responded to McQuaid like twice actually. So I wanted to take a moment to Gamerco was saying you've just found the amulet, but I don't know if it's worth 100 billion. You paid 100 billion for that amulet? I don't know. I only have like 200 million. I don't know like where, or I don't actually have any concept of whether or not 100 billion is a lot. That seems like an awful lot of money. You sure it's 100 billion, not 100 million? Because 100 million I'd part ways with in a heartbeat to get an amulet with the exact rules that I wanted, but 100 billion? That seems like a bit steep. Anyway, hey, I got a Malignant Heart, nice. And I should actually level this up too. I don't even really know which glyphs I'm supposed to use, but whatever. Own glyph. Alright. Okay, so... Oh, just a guy, sorry, I missed this earlier. What do you have affixed to your tunic and pants? That's a good question. Let's take a look. You mean for my, Spiritborn? I'm running just total armor on my chest piece, and then I'm running, total armor on my pants. 666 item power, by the way, and also exactly 1000 armor. Here, which is kind of interesting.
Medivh says I hate Masterwork. I don't blame you. Using that boss power to clear my hardcore dungeons. Ah, right. Yeah. I mean, all the boss powers are very useful. It's just that I'm very reluctant to use the boss power sometimes because it's shared across all my characters, right? So, since I already have all these boss powers max, it's kind of like cheating. It's like imagine if I started off level 1 and I just use Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. Like, of course, yeah, I could clear Penitent, but what use is that kind of a gameplay to people watching me just clear everything on volley when if you're making a fresh character you wouldn't have that luxury, right? Now you're only listening and watching it while playing a game. Yeah, it's 100 billion, but I don't buy any. You have on my 97 billion. Darn, wow, 97 billion. Yeah, I don't have anywhere close to 97 billion. I have 97 million, if that counts for anything. Yeah, but you don't buy. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, 100 billion is pretty steep, but I don't know how much these amulets really go for on the market, you know? Like I don't trade with other people. People that show up to my channel, I might pick up an item or two or give them an item or two here or there, kind of like Medivh gave me runes to test stuff. Okay, fine. But yeah, I don't do these like ludicrous trades, the things I'm looking for. Also, Joseph, you were saying you know the Necrovid helped me. Well, thanks for that. I appreciate that because I did spend a great deal of time and effort into, putting that video together. I know it's a 20-minute video, right? But people don't see like I spent like an hour or two actually writing up all the information I need and then turning it into like some notes that I can talk about when I do the video, plus all the gameplay that comes with actually experimenting and making sure that the necro works, right? That by itself also like all that gameplay took like what 6 hours 1 to 60, well, let's say 5 hours 1 to 60, and then probably an additional like 8 hours to get through Torment. So it's a 13-hour run essentially, right? So yeah, they're best. Medivh said I'm best. Nah, far from it. I'm nowhere close to the best. That's not who I am. That's not how I roll. It's just I'm really just trying to put out content that people need. That's really all there is to it. That's who I am, I guess. Or as a content creator, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Yeah. Why were we discussing that in the first place, though? You didn't do it. It just came online. We'll do it for sure. Lightning build. Oh, which lightning? As I told you before, you are lightning all or Sork main always. Sork is love. Yeah, sorcerer, huh? Oh, wait a second. I'm in the wrong area. I gotta set it to torment too. That's part of well, part of tradition. All right. Here I go. And I'm actually going the wrong way. It's supposed to be this way. All right. So that was me going into Torment 2. And yeah, off we go into Torment 2. I'm just gonna be right back. Gonna take or grab a little bit of water, and we're gonna continue in like a minute or so. Okay, 1 sec. BRB.
All right, sorry about that little break. Yeah, so I got a couple things I need to say before I proceed onward. Actually, first of which is I need to hit the Tree of Whispers to get my to try to see if I can get like an ancestral weapon or what. Okay, so as I was saying, I do have some things I need to say. First of all, it turns out that like I'm starting my run now, but I will have to drop my stream in a little bit. I know this is a much shorter one than I usually do, but is this Nico Rex? No, right? Different Nico. Okay. Uh, Helm's amulets. All right, let's see if I can get like a good amulet. Wait. Come on, give me an ancestral already. Oh, yeah, at least give me 2 legendary recipes. Dexterity, attack speed, and apex. That's not bad. Yeah, I might mess around with that a little bit. It's a 750 at least, so I get some more resistances that way. Anyway, yeah, so I actually can only stream for another about half hour or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. So yeah, I'll be back later. But to be honest, originally the point of me even doing today's stream was just so that I could reach pit 10, and I didn't know how long I could stream for today specifically, but it turns out that yeah, I will have to go very shortly. I'll try to be back again a little later. I don't know when, but yeah, if I don't come back later, then the next time I'll probably aim to stream is going to be Sunday. On Sunday, I'm gonna probably try to wrap this whole thing up. Getting from Torment 1 to Torment 4 with the Spiritborn. Yeah, I'm gonna aim to clear that on Sunday is my plan. So, yeah, all good. Yeah, I'm hoping that like next week I should be around more though. I think I'll probably be streaming on Monday too. So Sunday, Monday streams is my intention. Tuesday maybe not. I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, no, definitely not on Tuesday. Probably not on Tuesday. Yeah, but you know, it's gonna be like I will be streaming some days next week. That's what you need to know. Can't stream tomorrow. I'll be here on Sunday and Monday though, so you can look for me then if I'm not here later tonight. In case anyone is interested in hanging out and just just having a good time chilling. It seems like there's some people who actually enjoy watching these streams, so it's great to see. Anyway, all right. I also have 1,200 obols. So the last time, yeah, thank you, Medivh, for understanding. I think the last time I marked down that I had 589 obols to start. So I'm gonna use this opportunity because I don't think I played yesterday. No, I definitely didn't play after yesterday. Block chance. I think I'll do a polearm. I like my polearms.
It seems your prayer. Fair bit of
I'm hoping for an ancestral.
your prayers have been answered.
This is going a little under the limit, but oh well, whatever. Okay, that's too bad. Maybe I'll get the maybe I'll get that aspect I'm looking for at least. You poison, increase crit strike chance. Okay, that could work. Hey, wait! This is the aspect I'm looking for actually. Now, rebounding centipede's maw. This is the one that. This has quill volley feathers explode at their apex and return to where they were, both dealing 66% of their damage. Okay, I'll salvage that one, and then maybe I'll try and toss it on my. I don't know where I want to toss it to tell you the truth. I think I want to actually wait. I should just put it on my I should just throw it on my amulet straight up with this. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. All right, tempering. I'm a little lost. Like, I actually don't really know where I should go from here. Where's vulnerable damage? It's acceptable, I guess, but definitely need to go get total armor for the one aspect. Like, total armor actually gives me more. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, total armor gives me more damage than vulnerable damage because of the aspect that I'm running. So. It's kind of important. Okay. My resistances are still pretty decent. I'm gonna try to roll off Apex. Wait, what is Apex even? I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the, which skill is this that I just boosted up? Oh, this one? Oh, this one actually gives me increased vulnerable damage. Okay. Well, dexterity, attack speed, and Apex. I guess I can't really complain about that. That's actually a really good amulet. All right. I think I'll leave everything as is for the time being then.
My armor is fine. Speed boots. Yeah, I'm okay there. I think I could do better than these pants. Russian Claw deals increased damage, strikes an additional time. Alright. You know, I should have probably upgraded all my gear to 750s, but whatever. Okay. I think the next goal should be the Rod of Capellice, now that I think about it. So I'm gonna need to figure out where I can get that. It's kind of a shame. I'd like to... You know what, actually? I'm doing this all wrong. I kind of want to do Beastmaster's training. I remember now. I was supposed to try to, like, make this, the Devourer skill, like, really strong. That was the plan, right? Worst case scenario, I just default back into Quill Volley, but you know, I wanted to have some fun with all this. I'm gonna go and lock another board. Real quick. Increase damage for each 3% of my max life I have as a barrier. Increased damage to CC to enemies. Increased damage for 10 seconds. Okay. 3% increased damage. You deal bonus damage equal to 20% of your 2 highest bonuses. Well, I mean, don't I already have damage with physical, fire, lightning, cold, poison, and shadow? I thought I already have a boss power that gives me that, right? Cinerat's Flames. Increased damage to all elements. That's weird. Alright, well, whatever. You cast 3 with the same spirit in a row, restore 15% of your vigor, and deal 30% increased damage. Well, yeah, I usually do, like, all of my skills are Eagle skills, essentially, right? So why don't I just use this? I'm basically homebrewing a build right now. This is, yeah, basically where I'm at. Resource generation. Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty useful. Yeah, I can swing by here and grab this. And fighter, I dodge or block an attack. When I use a cooldown, I gain thorns. Yeah, I can get like a whole load of thorns, but I don't know if that really helps me that much. I don't know. That could be kind of cool. Could try that out. Over 6 seconds. Chance to knock down vulnerable enemies. Ideal increased damage to CC. Revealing.
More loyal friends you'll not find.
Yeah, I'm just putting on 2 Paragon boards because eventually I would have this many, right? I would have about this many. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna refund this. Okay, so this is like the equivalent of if I were to reach like Paragon. This is like Paragon 50 pretty much. Assuming you have all the renown rewards. I probably would have reached level 50 pretty quickly, just spamming like whispers, running incursions nonstop probably would have gotten me there. So yeah, I'm gonna try this again really quickly. I'm gonna do another Pit 25 clear, just to kind of have a benchmark for time. Yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah, J Dirk, Lone Wolf, Joseph, Gamerco, Medivh. Well, Medivh already knows, but I don't know if, like, I think I brought this up a few times. Was it one of you guys who was asking about the orange, like, because I remember when I did my Ice Shards run, I kept hyping up, like, oh, yeah, I have this, like, orange Ice Shards build, like, overpower crit, and it was supposed to be, like, super cool, super strong. And then after Medivh, like, last stream, Medivh gave me the runes I needed to put that build together, and the results were actually very jarring. I could show you guys that if anyone's interested, since I know you guys are playing, like, some of you guys are, like, Sorc mains. I think Medivh was saying earlier that he is all in on Sorcerer, I imagine. I feel like most people who like Sorcerers are, like, all in on Sorcerers, you know? So, I could show that in case anyone's interested at all. full power. Yeah. Yeah, orange ice shards. Or well, I mean, I could do like orange any sorcerer really. That's the crazy part. Once I have that set up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, now I can like dog walk everything. Actually, I just realized something. I'm using Harbinger of Hatred's power when I really shouldn't be. I should actually have at least gone to go pick it up. So I'm actually like, whatever. I want to say I don't care. Whatever. It is what it is. Like I'm really at this point I'm really just trying to figure out like what combination of skills really works well with my build. And there's like I don't know how I feel about all this because I am playing a Spiritborn. I'm playing Quill Volley Spiritborn more than anything else right now, but part of me wants to like try and see if I can cook up like a homebrewed build that's not on Quill Volley and try to see if I can make it work out any better because yeah, there's like all these like thorns aspects. I could try to do like thorns with like Devourer or something. That could be kind of fun, right? I'm sure that I could cook up like thorns and Devourer and make that all work somehow. I don't know. I'll have to see. And I have like powers too that boost like damage over time and all that, so maybe I can mess around with that. Yeah, I might try that. Yeah, I guess it doesn't hurt to try. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna do it. So after this run, I'm gonna actually try to see, like, I think I have all the aspects for it. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a Thorns Spiritborn build going and seeing how, if that's any good or not. Maybe that's what I'll do. I want to know. Thorns Spiritborn. I might have to take a minute to go and see whether or not it might be worthwhile to even invest into, like, if there's any uniques for a Thorns Spiritborn. Because I know, like, I know how to make a Thorns Barbarian, more or less, right? And even my chestplate, like, I'm using this Bruiser's Tunic, but, you know, like, for a Barbarian, normally I use Razor Plate. Should I be using a Razor Plate on this guy, too? I would like to think that I would, but who knows, maybe there's, like, some better alternative? I'm not sure. Oh, shoot. Oh. Ouch. Channeling Shrine? Okay. Oh, okay. They're scary. I definitely have the damage now. I'm sitting at like 5.4 mil, but yeah, still hurt. I gotta be completely honest here. If I'm already hitting for 5.4 mil just off of the adjustments I made, I don't even have like BLT. I straight up don't even have like BLT, and I don't have. There's like a lot of stuff that I am still missing. Oh, okay. I just soared on them, and then they immediately died. And so I do kind of wonder. Oh, I just realized too. It's probably because my amulet has this rebounding aspect. Yeah, that's why I'm suddenly doing so much more damage than before. That's like another reason why, I mean. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, mess around with that a little bit. I'm gonna do it. I want to mess around with Thorns and do something a little different. I don't really have much interest in Spiritborn as a class, but I feel like it would be a bit of a disservice not to try something at least a little different on this. So I'll probably mess around with Seeker and Thorns a little bit, the two of them. I also need to figure out a way to get more like healing received. I don't know how that's gonna work, so. Healing received is a tough thing to build for Devourer. Like another reason why. It's a little complicated. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have a pretty good, like, if this is the amount of damage I'm doing with Quill Volley now, like, I don't even have any of my glyphs up to 46. I haven't, like, dumped in all my Paragon points. I could probably make it a Torment 3 right now if I just tossed in the rest of my Paragon points. Like, I feel like Paragon 3, Torment 3 tends to be pretty free, as long as you actually make it to, like, Paragon 150 plus, typically speaking, unless your build is, like...
Unless there's something about your build that prevents it from doing like a lot of damage or something, then yeah, Torment 3 should be like doable, I imagine. But okay. Alright, let's do this then. Thorn's Devourer build. I'm gonna cook it up right now. Jaguar skills, increase damage for each active swarm. Alright, well, whatever. How long did that run take? I'm gonna take a look here real quick. Okay, so I cleared it with 10 minutes left on the clock. And the reason why I was able to clear it so quickly... Bit 25, 10 minutes left on the clock, is because I put on 2 legendary nodes. So Sapping and Revealing. Sapping and Revealing legendary nodes. And what was the other thing I did? Oh yeah, I got this aspect, rebounding aspect. Aspect on Amulet. Okay. Good. So now it's time to try and cook up a whole new build. So let me get rid of some of these. Activating my main boss power grants increased damage. So, oh yeah, earlier I think Joseph was saying you use I think that boss power only activates when your resource is full. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say something about this earlier. I realized that, which is why I stopped attacking with my Thunder Spike. So I would actually cast Devour when I had like, you know, like a slightly lower health and then, or lower vigor. And then I would just not use Thunder Spike. I'd drain out my mana with Quill Volley. And then that's how I realized that maybe my Devourer isn't really doing as much damage as I'd hoped for. It's the, what was going down there. Alright. Let's see here. So Cinerat's Flames is fine. Hatred's Embrace is fine. That's like a lot of crit strike chance. I'm astonished they didn't nerf this. But sure, alright. Beastmaster's Training could be the third one, and then in place of this, I could use Harbinger of Hatred's Volley. But isn't there some other boss power that gives me, like, damage over time, or am I crazy here? That's cooldown reduction, I don't need that. Spawns a wave of acid that deals poisoning damage over 4 seconds. 10% more poisoning for each 1%. I could do this one. I don't think I've messed around with that boss power yet. I just don't know if it's any good, but I could mess around with it. While channeling a skill. Well, I don't really channel a skill. I could use, like, this is always a safe bet. I can always switch back over to Harbinger of Hatred's Volley, and that's GG. Truthfully, I wanted to mess around with Lilith's Wind of Hate, but I just don't think that... And even the modifier on it looks really cool, but I do not think that my strength, like, I'm strong enough to handle Lilith, nor am I skilled enough to avoid her mechanics. Apparently, you can't really avoid them so easily on Sorcerer either, so I don't know how I'm going to go pick up that power this season. Alright. Cast an ultimate skill. Grant cooldown reduction. Okay, so I think I would do Ashava's, but... Okay, I'm aware that Ashava is not... I don't have... I didn't clear an Ashava for it, but let's just pretend we did, because, again, I think I want to actually cook up a brand new build. Yeah, these are already maxed out, too, so, who knows, maybe I can, you know, get something going with this. Thorns. I can get Thorns, like, all that stuff to do with Thorns. I'm gonna go back to Karagar. And, yeah, healing received. I don't know what to do about this healing received stuff either. Is it dexterity? No, willpower? Ah, here we go. If I get more willpower, it does boost my Devourer, but it's just not enough. Where can I get healing received? Here. I'm gonna have to start readjusting my build. So, skill tree. Let's try and cook up a build entirely based off of Thorns. So Thorns, I'm going to see here, 120 Thorns, nice. So I could try to max out on like Bastion maybe?
I appreciate that.
Evade through enemies, I deal 100% of my Thorns to them. Alright. What other skills gives me Thorns?
Don't tell me that's like the only one. Critical strikes cause my poisoning damage on an enemy to burst. I could do this. I think that's what... Wasn't that what people were doing this season? Noxious Resonance with the boss power? 20% of it to surrounding enemies before removing the poisoning effect from the primary target. Okay. Yeah, I poisoned, like... I straight up can... Yeah, maybe I think that's what people were doing, right? Here, hold on. Let me check something out real quick. Ashava's Poison Breath. Here, max roll tier list. I think... Don't people already have a build for this? I remember hearing that this season. So, Spiritborn. Touch of Death, Crushing Hand, Stinger, Rock Splitter, Thorns is in B tier apparently. Razorwing Spiritborn. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. But what's the Ashava Poison Breath? Spiritborn Ashava Poison Breath. I don't usually look up guides, but it's kind of the opposite here. I'd rather avoid what everybody else is doing. It has an internal cooldown. All right, that's fine. Ashava's... Okay, so I basically would just be maxing out Ashava. So there's a couple different ways I can play this, I guess. Like, I'm trying to do like a little bit of everything. But yeah, I kind of want to get like a Thorns build, a Devourer, and Noxious Resonance all at once. One of these is bound to do damage. I just don't know which is bound to do the damage here. All right. 100% of my thorns. Rock Splitter. Increases my thorns by 80. Third attack deals 100% of my thorns. You know, isn't there... you know what? Diablo 4 Spiritborn uniques. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Core skills are now additionally basic skills and free to cast. Could do Thorns Overpower. Casting an ultimate skill. What's potency? Man, there's like so much stuff. I should maybe do the research on it before I come back to the next stream. Especially because I have to end off here anyway, very, very soon. Just the word, let's see. For potency, Spiritborn. Okay. The heck is potency? I think something has to give potency, right? Which mod? Potency. All right. Well, what other uniques are there that I can mess around with? Casting Evade consumes 1 stack of Resolve. Focus skill, mobility, potency. Wait a second. Is that a potency skill? Are these potency skills? Oh, these are potency skills. So then... Man, there's so much stuff here. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Let's start off with this then. I'm gonna save this as Quill Volley. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all of my existing equipment, except for maybe the Helm of Ebawaka. And then I'm gonna, like, put it back into my stash or whatever. And then I'm gonna try to, like, re-equip my guy with all brand new equipment, just so that I can try, like, a new setup. I might even have to cheat in some woobles for this, but I don't know if I care, just because, like, it'd be fun to, like, play something new, but I want to actually be able to experiment, find out how all this can work. Passively increases thorn damage, ideal to poison enemies by 100%. Alright, fine. So, let's, I'm just gonna respec it all. Refund all. Okay, sure. Anything to do with thorns, I'll just pick up. Why don't I start off with that? Do any of these have thorns? None of these have thorns? Oh, this one increase damage. Alright. Isn't there's like a boss, or no, there's a unique that... Oh, here it is. Seppa Zontek, that's the one. Your basic skills deal increased damage and always use their third attack. Every third cast of a basic skill strikes 3 times. Okay, so I'm actually looking for Seppa Zontek. This is exciting. So I need to find Seppa Zontek. Diablo 4 Seppa Zontek? I need to get... Okay, I can get it from chests and Helltide, but I would need to fight Duriel. Okay. So I'll need to farm, like, Duriel boss mats and Andariel boss mats from incursions. I will probably... I can't make up my mind just yet, but I might try to do something with these boss powers and Ashava's Poison Breath. So I'll maybe just stack up Spectral Ash and see what I can find there. And also get geared up in the process. Alright, well, this is going to be a lot of fun. What other things do I have here? Polearm, looking a chance to make enemies vulnerable. Don't need that really, but okay. Can max this out. Attack you are poisoned. Alright. Additional damage reduction. This one is increased healing, so I'll grab that. More block chance. Gain thorns, max that out. I'm sure that there are some tempers that would boost Bastion, and then I need to go get the Razor Plate later. Centipede skills deal increased damage, double this bonus versus healthy. I mean, this is a centipede skill, yes. And then increased damage to CC'd enemies, yes. Definitely max this out. Launches toxic globs. And then I think I was trying to increase damage to elites. Okay. I picked up one of these. Alright. And then Noxious Resonance. And I think I was supposed to get counterattack too, because I can get reinforced counterattack, which gives me more crit strike damage the more people there are, right? Yeah, so far so good. Now comes the thorns part of things. How does that all work? Do I need like a whole bunch of points into this? Increases your thorns by 80. Okay, so this is what I got so far. What's my thorn stat at? I have 0 thorns, yes, I suppose that would make sense. So I need to go get a razor plate. Good night, you're going to sleep? Okay, well this is perfect timing. I'm going to be hopping off in a couple minutes. I just want to get everything sorted out for the next stream. And then, this is exciting. I'll get a chance to actually try and see how well the build works when the time comes. Anyway, yeah, good night, dude. Thanks again for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.
See some steel you need?
Oh, okay, here's a good weapon. I'm gonna go with Worldly Finesse, of course. I need crit strike damage. No, not vulnerable damage. Not overpower. Okay, crit strike damage, that'll do.
And then I'm supposed to run, I think it's, ooh, Rock Splitter to deal double damage. So I could either go pure Thorns, or I could, like, do this, like, weird hybrid build that probably isn't very good. Hmm. I'll do Centipede Augments. I want to actually see if I can even make this remotely worthwhile. Devour, deal double damage, alright. Swap out plain damage. Although, why am I even doing this? I just realized I'm eventually going to be switching this out for Sepizontic. Yeah, I need to go get that Sepizontic. So it's going to be like farming for all the uniques I need, Razor Plate and all that. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of incursions next week. Or not next week, next stream, I mean. Yeah, I'm going to be spamming a lot of incursions. That's just the simple reality. And in fact, I might even opt to use plain emeralds or flawless emeralds here. So this is how the build's looking right now. Increases thorns. What's my actual thorns value? Oh, wait, what? Oh, is it only when I leave town that I actually get my... I have Bastion. That should be giving me more thorns, so... The barrier of my thorns is increased by 20%. And I don't have, like, a lot of free sources of thorns like Barbarian does. Cost 70 vigor for this. Jaguar and Gorilla. Oh, here we go. Deals 100% thorns to enemies you hit and grants you barrier. I guess it should be fine to do it like this. Helm of Ebawaka. Oh, okay. This is 3 vigor per second? Yeah, sure, why not? This is Apex and Lightning Resistance. Probably roll this off for this Lightning Resist off for Dexterity. Percentage Dexterity, or what? Yeah. This one I'm just experimenting. Forget trying to... Oh, I just missed Dexterity because I misclicked. I got Total Armor, though. Total Armor could be helpful here. Is it more helpful than Dexterity? I'm actually not sure. This would give me... I go from 98 down to 89%. Meanwhile, if I... What was this? No. What was this one? Unyielding Hits. Casting a Gorilla skill. All of my skills are Gorilla skills. Increase my weapon damage by percentage of my armor, right? So 26% of my armor. Yeah, I still don't have Juggernaut's aspect, but you know what? I'm just gonna throw it on. I don't think I care. I want to actually know what it's like to put together this garbage build that I have in mind. Pants. Can't wait to get Ancestral. Oh, that was healing received. Here, hold on a second. 31.4%, 48.7%. There's got to be jewels that, or gems, I mean, that give me like healing received, right? Or am I crazy? There's barrier generation. This one's all stats. Is there really no healing received ones? They got rid of that. So what am I supposed to do then? Oh, wait, yeah, I can actually do healing received through my gear. I didn't actually know this. Hold on a second. This might actually be kind of crazy. Here, 1, 2. Here, and then another skull. Okay, there. Then on my weapon, I can replace... Well, I can keep crit strike damage, but... Pestilent Swarm. Yeah, I'll sort that out later. Okay, so Devourer is looking a lot stronger than before. Yeah, I do need to get some more damage modifiers though. Like for example, here, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna throw on Juggernauts for now.
More loyal friends you'll not find.
Juggernauts aspect on my pants.
Masterful work.
Dodge chance. No, I don't want dodge chance. I'd like to get probably anything. Oh yeah, here we go. Max life, of course. Rock splitter would be good here too, but here, let's just stick with this for now. And then this is for my. That's for my amulet. Okay.
Have a wee gamble.
Here, fine.
Roll that.
Ooh, max life and vigor on kill. And then I'm gonna try to temper this with, well, for. I would like Devourer cooldown reduction. That would be ideal, but if I don't get it, then I don't get it. Crit strike damage. Ah, that's a lot. Potency, Devourer cooldown reduction. Oh, that's perfect. And then instead of Vigor on kill, what else can I get instead? Overpower damage. I could probably do like crit strike damage. Oh, hold on a second. Maybe crit strike chance for now. I haven't maxed out on it, so. Okay, so this is one good ring. Combined strikes. Each different basic skill I cast. I don't really use too many basic skills though. Increased damage over time for each different power control. Stoppable. Let's see skills. Payback, rake, blood boiling. Your next skill is guaranteed to overpower. I don't think that works on Devour, does it? I could try to test that one out. That would be kind of crazy. Sure. For now, I'm gonna put Edge Masters on. I just want to check to see how much damage I can get on this. That's really it.
Well, hello, shining.
There we go.
beauty.
Damage, attack speed, fire resistance. All right. Why not? Let's temper and see if I can get the right rolls. If I do get the right rolls, then I'll keep it. Overpower, vulnerable. This one is supposed to be Devour. Devour cooldown reduction. Now, overpower, vulnerable, overpower. Okay, well that makes things a little easier for me.
Hello.
Oh, got 2 more rings. Casting an ultimate skill increases your ultimate damage. Okay. I can kind of try to mess around with these. Okay, vulnerable damage, centipede efficiency, Devourer cooldown reduction, and hopefully I can get like crit strike damage. Okay, vulnerable, fine, acceptable, I guess. Yeah, and then I can roll off shadow resistance here in hopes of getting. I'd be looking for life specifically. Yeah, all right.
Right honor.
So this one has Edge Masters on it, but
There is power.
what else
in
I'm gonna
these
do
things.
is I'm
Well,
gonna add a socket. I'm gonna get some like skulls in here. A lot of skulls in here, just so that I can kit myself out. That is a lot of skulls
Very well.
in all my gear. 1, 2, 3, and then I think I can get one aspect real quick. I'll just do Inner Calm for now, just as a temp, just so I can like kind of a proof of concept to see if this is at all worth investing into. I already have Juggernaut on this. Eventually I'm going to replace this with Razor Plate. That's what I'm thinking. And then for the rest of my equipment, boots and all. Well, I'll just sort out boots later, but yeah, where's my gloves?
Hello, shining.
Oh, there's my
beauty.
gloves. Oh, okay, yeah.
There is
Aspect
magic
of
in all things.
Retribution.
Let me show you.
And I think that there. Oh yeah, here it is. Casting it. No, not that one. Ultimate. I know that I had like. There's another aspect. Ah, here it is. Vehement Brawlers. This actually also gives me 2 ranks on my ultimate, so pretty
Impeccable.
handy here. There we go. 24.55 seconds. 120%
May your
boost
road be filled
to
with
my
wonder.
damage. Received crit strike damage. What's my... Yeah, 179% when the poison bursts. Okay, well, I want to try it. I'm gonna go on in. This is Torment 2, and I'm just gonna see if there's any hope. After this, I'm gonna drop the stream, and I'll continue next time. Or, like, later today, I don't know. But yeah, otherwise I'll be Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna activate my ultimate here. Does this thing do any damage? Whoa, that's not bad. That's actually not too bad, right? No, it's still kind of weak, but... on the... Wait. What is hitting for 99k? Something is hitting for 99k. I don't know what, though. Yeah, something is hitting for a pretty sizable amount of damage. Definitely not my summon, is it? Oh, yeah, I have, like... Oh, yeah, my Beastmaster's training is also helping quite a bit, too. Yeah, he does, like, no damage. Alright. That's a Shava's fart? Is it really? Because, here, I just, like, farted. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's happening. So, here, this is a Shava's fart. It hits for, like, 1,165, right? Like, look at this. 995. 845. They're hitting for 7k on Thorns. So, the thing that's actually causing them to take a ton of damage here... Just waiting for it to proc. There. That thing. It's... I think it's this. I actually think it's this thing right here. Noxious Resonance. So if I, like, go into the next group of monsters, and then I just throw a whole bunch of poison, and then I start hitting them. Yeah, suddenly they explode for, like, a good amount of damage. I think that's what's doing it. Or that's what's doing it. It's when I crit, too. So... I am critting. He's not poisoned, so he's not taking that much. But then, all of a sudden, as soon as I launch Shavas and then I hit him, he just explodes. You know what? Alright. I think I have something cooking here. The next time I stream, I have, like, a very well-defined goal in mind. The Shavas right now is only rank 3. I'm just gonna pump that all the way up. I'm gonna, like, incursion this thing all the way to rank 20. And that's how I'm going to go about it. I think this is... Yeah, like, look at that damage. Like, this... They're just exploding for 2,600 damage. I think that's... I actually think that's the boss power with the keep passive. Wow. Okay, this has some serious potential. I'm excited for this, but I gotta stop here. It seems that it seems my time has come. So, I'm gonna stop the recording here. Anyone who's hanging out in chat, it's been a lot of fun, but yeah, Joseph, it's been a pleasure. I do hope that I was able to be of assistance in today's stream, and yeah, I really do appreciate you, you know, hanging out, keeping me company. Same with GamerCo. This is exciting. I'm actually kind of excited. I haven't been excited to, like, theory craft a build like this in a really long time. This build has some potential, I think. I think I actually might be able to hit Torment 4 with this thing. Off this poison, this Ashava poison breath explosion. Maybe next season I can try to mess around with Thorns, but so far I feel like a lot of my build's potential is coming from this poison breath. So I'll also have to do some research in case this is already like a well-researched meta build. It actually very well might be, but suddenly, like, yeah, this is actually looking really promising. So I don't know. I'll have to see. All right. Yeah. Any final comments here? Yeah, I will maybe ask next time about, like, I was actually kind of curious what Necro build, like, how your Necro is going, just a guy, but I think I'll try to ask that some other time. Second.
yeah, I'm gonna stop here. All right. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Inventor out.